The year is 1994. The core that Jordan came up with in his 20s is gone. Dell Curry, Harper, even AC Green, all shipped out at the trade deadline. Last year was the first time in 7 years, and just the third time in Fortune history, that the franchise missed the playoffs. Once the massive sell-off at the trade deadline happened, the team shifted to a more developmental season, hoping to land a high draft pick and develop their young guys. They finished with the 9th pick and took Jalen Rose, a wing player. However, the front office went an unconventional route, announcing that Rose will develop and play point guard in the NBA. He looks to command an offense that features Kevin Gamble, Terry Mills, LaPhonso Ellis, Dikembe Mutombo, and of course, Michael Jordan. But now, Jordan, on the wrong side of 30, does not want to stick around for a rebuild. He has told the front office that he expects to have a core capable of supporting a finals run and wants to win a ring in the next 2 years, or he wants out. With his legacy at risk, Jordan has forced the hand of the front office. They had their year to rebuild. Now it's time to compete. All right, welcome back. And as you heard in the intro, yes, Michael Jordan wants out after 2 years. He does not want to be here on the wrong side of 30. We have kind of failed him. He only has 2 rings going into age 31. Jordan is a 10-year pro, and he has 2 rings. He's lacking in his personal awards. Obviously, he's been one of the best players in the NBA his whole career. The lack of championships is really getting to him, and so he wants out. He's giving us 2 years here to rebuild with this new team. Also, a quick thing that you may have noticed, I am in a different spot now. I am at my home for the summer here. It's the house I grew up in. So you see my brother Connor's decorations on the other side. So yeah, CB guy, go subscribe to him if you're not. Yeah, we still share a room and we're at home. So a little bit of a different setup, but we have the same house while we're at college this year, so that background will be back very soon. Coach Mitch McCaw is heading into year 4. This is the final year of this contract. I think depending on how the season goes, we will keep him long term. But like I said, Jalen Rose is going to be our starting point guard to start the year. This is a deep team. We are going to go 10 deep, but I think Matt Fish and Malik Sealy, 2 guys that are not even going to get minutes for us to start the season, are very capable of playing basketball for us at a high level and can fill in if we have injuries. I think this team is really 11, 12 deep, but again, I'd rather have the team just run 10 to play our best players. I think this is a team that can compete right away. LaPhonso Ellis, we traded AC Green for at the end of last video. He's going to come off the bench to start. I think it's just a weird fit to try and get him in the starting lineup, so hopefully he's in the 6-man of the year conversations. And Dikembe Mutombo is a guy that, if this is not a good season for him, he's probably gone at the trade deadline. It has not really worked out for him. We're going into year 4 here. I might mess with his tendencies a little bit more just to see if we can boost those stats, because this is a guy that he cannot have these numbers. He's too good of a player, but that driving layup is so low. You guys that have been around for a while know that I am not against messing with tendencies alone, of course. Michael Jordan's, I believe, went down. I thought I moved it up. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit more. I want him shooting the basketball. He is a very good 3-point shooter, and I really want Mutombo taking more shots as well, especially when he's close and underneath the hoop. I mean, those just have to go up when he has the ball. We cannot have him kicking out there. We need him to score. I also need him to be a lot more physical. And he had very high ratings, but we're just going to max out his block and shot contest tendency, as well as I believe there is a rebounding tendency. I'm going to look for it. If I can't look for it, then we'll move on. But I want to upgrade that as well, because like I said, he needs to be more active in the offense. Couldn't find it, probably making it up. So we're going to get into simming here, and hopefully these are 2 quick seasons here. And hopefully we're either getting rid of Michael Jordan. Hopefully not, we're getting rid of Michael Jordan, but hopefully we are getting to the end of these 2 years here, and hopefully we have 2 rings. Otherwise, it is time to move on from Michael Jordan and get as much as we can from him. And just really quick into the season here, I didn't realize it was underneath 14. We're going to pick up Michael Adams for the minimum. He's a 79 overall point guard. He could start for us. However, I'm going to have him be a backup to Jalen Rose, but if that experiment starts to fail, he will come in and start for us. And then also, full disclosure, I am going to change some of Jalen Rose's passing tendencies. You probably don't care about this, but I am just going to do it just because I'd rather have this like on video and show you guys than like have the stats be weird and then people assume that I'm like just trying to cheat. So yeah, we are going to upgrade his passing tendency. That was kind of an oversight on my end when I moved into point guard, but a slow start. We have dealt with injuries here, and I'm going to give him to about mid-December before we start making moves if we need to. We're testing the depth for sure. Michael Adams, who we've had now for 20 games, just tore his Achilles. He's done for the season. His career might honestly be over at 31 with a ruptured Achilles. LaPhonso Ellis has been hurt like crazy. ever since we traded for him. I don't know. I mean, he's also only played 20 games. We are about 25 into the season. Dikembe Mutombo is also hurt for 4 to 6 weeks, and we played 27 games here. Can't stay healthy, which makes it hard to decide if we have to make moves or not. But I think I'm going to go to the trade deadline at this point. Well, this is awesome. Right before the trade deadline, 4 to 6 weeks. Again, have 3 people hurt still, and we cannot win a basketball game and can't really do anything. So this is awesome. Oh, LaPhonso Ellis is back. Perfect timing. Hopefully somebody can get this offense going. Here's the trade deadline. We had a little bit of a win streak here towards the end, which gives me a little bit of hope. We'll take a look at the standings for both conferences real quick here. The Utah Jazz at the top alongside the Seattle Supersonics, and we are in the middle of the pack here on the lower side, of course, the 11th seed right now, but we are competitive. I think we're a move or 2 away. That move might be to move Dikembe Mutombo at this point, but Clippers and Nuggets are 2 bottom feeders, and out east the Miami Heat are terrible, the Orlando Magic are terrible, the Bullets are okay, the Bulls are okay, and at the top of the conference, it's the Knicks, it's the Pacers, as you'd expect. Despite MJ having a absolute down year, he is still at this time the just kidding. Charles Barkley and Karl Malone are the most popular players in the NBA right now. However, out west, it is Michael Jordan. Looks like he is potentially the 4th or 5th most popular player behind Sean Kemp and Patrick Ewing, maybe even Scottie Pippen. But I mean, he's having an absolute down year. His age is starting to show a little bit, which is crazy because he's still in his prime. Tim Hardaway is in the MVP conversation, but not Michael Jordan. I was really hoping to see 1 or 2 guys in the 6th Man of the Year race. From the Fortune, we have nobody. Defense Player of the Year, Michael Jordan is still right there. Still a very good defensive season. But the most glaring thing to me, and it is probably a good thing, Michael Jordan is not outright our points leader. Technically, he's not our point leader because Terry Mills has played more games. 2 20-point per game scores. I was curious why his scoring was so far down, and I'd like to think that this is a good thing, but this is one of our worst seasons, so I don't know. I don't know if we have too much scoring now. I think it's honestly just, do we have enough rebounding? But I think it's really this guy. He's still shooting 30%, and he is shooting straight layups. I mean, this is like, he's not taking very many jump shots. I think it's time. I think it's time we admit defeat on Dikembe Mutombo and move on from him. And I don't know if we have anybody else that's like very inefficient. Potentially Demetrius Caleb, if we could package those 2, that might be the move. I think it is time to move on from Dikembe Mutombo and get a different center, which has been the weak point of this team, no doubt. We've not necessarily had the strongest of center play in the Michael Jordan era, or just as a franchise out in the desert. And Antonio Davis looks like the guy. We are going to have to pay a little bit because it is an upgrade. He is an 82 overall, but a very good defender, very good rebounder, and low shot tendency. And aren't worried about him becoming a scorer by any means. I mean, he has shown himself to be a near double-double guy. If we can get him to that double-double level, I am happy with that. Dikembe Mutombo for Antonio Davis straight up is not going to happen. He's the older player, of course. I'm going to see if we can throw in Demetrius Caleb to make it work. They won't have enough players on their roster, and this team is bad. I mean, this is a very bad team. That's what's going to make this hard, is that this is really their guy that we're trying to trade for. I mean, Derek Coleman. Maybe we potentially go get Derek Coleman. He's a newer guy to the team. Not a very good rebounder, though, and he wants to take a lot of shots. I think we honestly need less guys to take shots. I think that might be part of it. I think I might have pushed Dikembe's tendencies too much. I wish I could trade 2000s. I mean, I don't know enough of these draft classes to know if these are good trades to be making or not. Do I potentially move on from this Bulls pick? I suck at draft classes. That is Tim Duncan's draft class. We're going to trade 1999, and hopefully that's enough. That is not enough. I will throw in a 2nd round pick for you in 98. Is that enough? I'll throw in a second round pick in 98. That's not enough, and I don't know if this is a price I'm willing to pay to give up 3 second-round picks. I don't know. Let's try it. That's enough. 3 second-round picks. We have Antonio Davis on the team now. Obviously, never a fan of giving up on your first-round pick, on your number 1 pick, Dikembe Mutombo, but sometimes admitting defeat is the best play. I wish Dikembe all the luck moving forward. This clearly was not going to be a team that he was going to develop well on, and a bunch of second-round picks that I think I can get back in trades down the road, especially if I'm aggressive with flipping bench guys. And the first-round pick in a very bad draft. Again, we are going to use a little bit of our future knowledge when it comes to this, but I think if you think about it realistically, we would know about draft players enough in 1999 when we're in 1994. I don't know. You could consider cheating if you'd like, and I can't really defend myself against it, but I'm more than happy with this trade. Hopefully this is enough, just one small move. And with the ruptured Achilles injury to Michael Adams, I think I'm going to go out and get another point guard here to finish out the season, and I think that'll be the only other move we make, and then of course extending contracts. So all of the real players want money, so we're just gonna have to stick it out with Jalen Rose and Demetrius Calip. I might potentially try and flip some of these back guys real quick. You'll see it if I can get a trade done. Otherwise, we are going to sim to the end of the season. We're going to go ahead and flip Demetrius Calip and Antonio Harvey for Nigel Knight, 27-year-old point guard, who I think is going to be a good backup for Jalen Rose. And I will see if I can do the mentorship. I don't know if I can in this era, but we're going to go ahead and make this trade. And Earl Collins, I'm just going to go ahead and release after this trade. And to stay above 14, we'll sign Anthony Peeler, get back into simming here. So now here's the rotation. Currently, of course, because we have some injuries, it wants to start Nigel Knight. I do not want to start him. I would rather start Jalen Rose. I'm willing to give him some minutes, but I think Jalen Rose, I need to develop him as a starting point guard. I think that's going to be a smart move. I'm willing to bet on it. And Michael Jordan should be back anytime soon. So this is going to be a healthy team, and hopefully we can go on a run to end out the season. The man I just traded for got hurt. That's awesome. 2 to 4 months. That's awesome. I just love to see that. We were, I think, rolling a little bit, so we should be okay, assuming we can make it work. But I mean, a good start coming out of the trade deadline. Hopefully that's the only injury of the back half of the season. We cannot catch a break. Just got LaPhonso Ellis back from a 2 to 4 week injury. Terry Mills, our other 20 point per game scorer, just got hurt here as we round out the season. That hurts because we are above 500. We are right in this race here. Hopefully it's one of those Dennis Rodman ones where he's back very, very quickly. As we're rolling, LaPhonso Ellis, I didn't even realize he got hurt again. He can play the 4. Perfect. We should be okay. End of the season here. I believe we just made the playoffs. It was very close at the end. I probably should have started the recording. On screen is the real life 1995 award winners. Karl Malone wins MVP. Glenn Robinson wins Rookie of the Year. Cedric, I should know how to say his last name, wins 6th Man of the Year. David Robinson wins DPOY. Chris Webber wins Most Improved. And the Knicks coach wins Coach of the Year. Michael Jordan still on the All-NBA first team. And he's also on the all-defensive first team, so still just the normal stuff we see. Did Jalen Rose make an all-rookie team? He made the all-rookie second team. I'm happy with it. I think he had a good rookie season. I'm satisfied with this. He was not the full-time starting point guard. However, I think he can get there next year. We had multiple guys start at the starting point guard, so I mean, he was about a little bit more than the third of the season he started. So despite Jordan having, scoring-wise, a down year, it is still down year in PER, but anything above 30 is like a very historic season. He's been above 30 his whole career. Still a very good season. And what I love seeing is that we have another 20 plus PER guy. Anthony Peeler, I guess technically is our third, but we have a lot of guys here that have good PERs as well. My favorite thing about this is Michael Jordan is still the points per game leader. Like we saw, his scoring was down because Terry Mills is such a good scorer alongside him. Kevin Gamble, an underrated scorer for us, a 15 point per game guy. Love to see that. Terry Mills, this is going to be his team if we have to move on from Michael Jordan. 20 and 10, I think he has potential for more. Michael Jordan, I believe this is one of the highest assist rates of his career. It actually is the highest. I thought it might have been his highest. And so he's becoming more of a passer as he gets older. Love to see that. He's still awesome defensively, and Terry Mills, great on the rim protection. He's also our leader in field goal percentage. 3-point percentage was Hubert Davis, taking about 2 a game. Michael Jordan taking about 1 a game. I thought I bumped his thing up, but I think it might have just reset. I've noticed that some of them just tend to reset during the progression, but still shot a very good clip. And Michael Jordan was our free throw champ. As for the league as a whole, Mitch Richmond led in points per game. Chris Webber led with almost 14 rebounds a game. Mark Price with 9.5 assists, tied with John Stockton. Michael Jordan was the steal champ. Block champ was Sean Kemp. Shaquille O'Neal at 62% is just absolutely ridiculous. Hubert Davis led the league, 50%. I don't know why they clicked the first time. That is a massive number. I can't wait to go re-sign him. He's going to want a massive contract, which he's more than worth. And Larry Bird was the free throw champ at 38. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know Larry Bird was still in the league. I thought he retired. I probably should have noticed that he hadn't retired because I think I would have seen him retiring. He's bad. Like 86, he should not be putting up these numbers. 86 overall. So a clear fall off for Larry Bird. I don't know why I just assumed he was gone, because they've been in the lottery the last couple of years. Speaking of being in the lottery, we're not. We were the 7th seed. No, just kidding. We were the 6th seed. I thought we were the 7th seed. I will take a 6th seed considering all the injuries we had to deal with here. I am going to shorten the rotation, but real quick, let's look at the matchup. And Magic Johnson, 92 overall. He's still rocking. James Worthy's still there. But the rest of this team is starting to show their age. Byron Scott's overall has dropped. John Williams' overall has dropped. Kareem's nowhere to be seen. Ronnie Seekley is now their starting center. I think we match up very, very well. Like I said, I am going to shorten our rotation. I'm not going to start Jalen Rose. I'm going to start the vet instead. And we are going to go to a shorter rotation, 8-man rotation here. I'm going to give Hubert Davis Clarence Weatherspoon's minutes because he is hot right now. Clarence Weatherspoon is cold, as you guys can see there right above my head. And so getting into this 5-game series, I'm hoping we can seal this one. We go down 1, now we go down 2, and I'm going to assume this is not looking good for us, and we are battling here at home. We could potentially send this to a game 4. I think we will be able to do it, and Simcast has been our friend, I would say, for the most part over the course of this. And so this is the force of game 7. Again, we're still at home. Hopefully we can take care of business here. It looks like we're off to a great lead, and I think we should be able to hold on to this. I'm getting a little nervous here down the stretch, but I think we are good, and we are going to force a game 5 here to get to the second round. I have not gotten past the second round in a very long time, but last time that we missed the playoffs, we did make the finals the next year, so we have some high hopes for the season, and we are dominating this game 5. They are sticking around, again, making me nervous, but we're going to see the Timberwolves in round 2. And this team's come a long way from being an expansion team. Alonzo Mourning is here, Wayman Tinsdale is here, Glenn Rice is here, Kendall Gill, Eric Murdoch. Glenn Rice, Alonzo Mourning is a very good 1-2 punch, but I think we can match that with Michael Jordan and Terry Mills. I think we are the better team. The point guard position is really going to be the make or break for this series. And if you look, the West is wide open. The Utah Jazz, the number 1 seed, have been knocked out in 4. So I think we should be able to beat either the 4 seed or the 8 seed if we're able to get past the 2 seed Timberwolves, which we are not. I feel like we're going to go down 2-0 again. And hopefully we don't go down 3. Okay, well, I will simcast every game if we need to, if that's what's going to bring us hope. And if that's what's going to bring us luck, as it's so far, it has been kind to us. This might be the end of the road, though. A sweep in the second round is not how you want your year to go, and that is what our fate is going to be as we're eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 4, not even gentleman's sweep, just a straight up sweep. And the 76ers win the 1995 NBA championship behind Charles Barkley, the most popular player in the NBA at this point. Barkley gets his ring that he never got in real life. For me, this offseason is going to be very aggressive. Larry Bird retires. Okay, we did see it. Larry Bird retires, Jim Paxson retires, Danny Shays, Orlando Blackman, Jeff Rowland. There is a ton of names here. This is a big retirement cycle. I mean, even Sam Perkins down here, Sidney Green. There's going to be a lot of Hall of Famers, I would assume. Decent amount of head coaches retiring as well. 3 head coaches all retiring. Lenny Wilkins is probably the most notable, I believe, actually. He's 1 of 2. Doug Moe also. So we have 2 very notable real-life coaches. Larry Bird, surprisingly, is the only Hall of Famer. I would have thought we'd get 1 or 2 more. He's also the only Jersey to be retired. And the Toronto Raptors and Vancouver Grizzlies are joining the league. This is going to be very important to us because we need to secure our youth and our win now, and one of the 2 isn't going to survive. And so that makes me a little nervous. We are, of course, going to approve those teams to join. Those hand checking being forbidden from the NBA, 2 rules that happen in real life. And then here's some league realignment, as now I believe we are at 30. We are at 30. There is 1 more team that joins the NBA, which when that happens, we are going to add another team to get to 32. It might be the year after because I'm not 100% sure when the Bobcats join the league. But just know we will finish at 32 with our number because I like even numbers. Draft lottery, we're not going to be in here. We have pick 20 and just pick 20. That is fine. We should be able to get some value at pick 20. I think I missed Mitch McCaw retiring. I cannot find him. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the MCC. I think coach just retired on us and I didn't notice. He called it quits. I can't find him. I don't know how else this, I'm sorted by last names. Our head coach retired and I didn't even notice. Okay, so we need to find a new head coach. Unfortunately, Mitch McCaw's time has come to an end. He retired. He didn't want to deal with being the coach that ran Jordan out of town. He just quit. Coach McCaw ends his career with the Las Vegas Fortune with a 183-145 record and a 12-18 record in the playoffs, no fouls appearances, and thus a 0-0 finals record. Can't believe the guy just retired on us. I wouldn't want to be the coach that runs Jordan out of town. However, having that little faith in yourself, I don't know. I didn't see that. I'm very annoyed I didn't see that. So we do need to go get a new head coach. And yeah, there he is. I just missed it. Mitch McCaw retiring. That's nuts. That is nuts. So now I need to do the little thing that I did last time to go get a coach. I can't find the tab I'm looking for to like mess with the scales. However, this last year was our biggest profit. I did stumble across this. Up 84 million. We should have the money to sign a coach, yet somehow we don't. Found it. I turn on finances. So we got to do this. We got to drag it over to staff payroll. Now we should have some money to spend here on a head coach. I sent out 5 coaching offers. Leon Murray's the first one to accept. So I think I'm going to bring him on. A 2.5 star, 4.5 star offense, defense, not a ton of potential, 4-year, 157. He's not the best guy. I might decline it and see, because I do like the Doyle Palmer just because he has potential and he's very defensive oriented, which I think is what we need. I also want to necessarily hold off for Gerald Eaton. I think I'm going to decline him and wait one more day and just see, but we might not get anybody, and then we're just going to hurt ourselves. They want to sign Doyle. I want to sign Gerald Eaton. He's the best guy available. He's a 5-star offensive, 4-star defensive with 4-star potential. This guy's an absolute stud. Double check that this isn't a name I'm forgetting. Otherwise, he is our head coach. Gerard Eaton is not a real coach. Not Gerald. I don't know why I said Gerald. Gerard Eaton is going to be our new head coach. 4 years, 157. Welcome to the squad. And hopefully, this face right here is the face of the future. As for protecting players, it does not want to protect LaPhonso Ellis. I disagree with that. Rex Chapman is the guy that I'm willing to give up. I'd rather keep LaPhonso Ellis. I know that we're doubling up at the power forward position. I know that we necessarily cannot move this around, but I would rather have a solid 6-man that's young in LaPhonso Ellis than a shooter in Rex Chapman. This is a more replaceable player in my opinion. We're going to go ahead and submit this, and we will watch this draft where the Grizzlies will take Rex Chapman #1 overall. So now he's going to be the leader of a team. Monty Williams goes #1 to the Raptors. Already seeing auto-generated guys in the second round. That's insane. We'll scroll through looking for potential real players, but I don't think there's going to be a ton of them. I mean, you're getting auto-generated guys in the second round. So this is going to be rough for these teams. And so imagine if LaPhonso Ellis was here. He would put up 700 points a game. Rex Chapman, good luck. Thank you for your service for about 1.5 years in Las Vegas. Good luck in Vancouver. Don't think I have the assets to move up. I think I'm okay with where I'm at. I will, of course, try, but I don't think there's really anything I'm willing to give up to try and get that number. I think we need to stay put because we have Tim Duncan coming up, and I think we can make a splash for him potentially. I think we'll have a little bit more worth there. So in the NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs will take KG with the #1 pick. Again, wasn't going to give up anything more than one player. I think they might have taken LaPhonso Ellis, but we're okay with where we're at. The #2 pick, the Denver Nuggets take Antonio McDyess. Still a really good player, but I don't think it's worth trading up for. Joe Smith goes #3 to the Magic. The Raptors take Jerry Stackhouse, their first draft pick ever, and the Vancouver Grizzlies will round out the top 5 here by taking Damon Stoudemire out of Arizona. 2 really good picks for the new franchises. Here are some of the other names here that have gotten drafted before us: Gary Trent, Michael Finley, Theo Ratliff, Brent Barry. A lot of solid players getting picked up. I think there is still some value here at 20 for us to go out and get. And you look at team needs, I think we're really just good. Potentially a backup wing now that we lost Rex Chapman. But I think we're really good. Maybe a center. That could be somewhere we need to go, and I wish I was a real player. Fred Hoiberg is potentially where we go with this pick. Or we're going to take Greg Ostreg. C-, probably a little bit of a stretch, but 7'2" out of Kansas, 22 years old. He is an absolute beast on the defense side of the ball. We'll take him with #20. I think that is going to be a steal. And that being our only pick here, let's see if we absolutely reach. I hope we didn't. I think we're at 17. It's 71 overall. I think he's a 73. He is a 70. Okay, we're still in the 70s. There was a 73, but auto-generated player. I do not want to take auto-generated players. So yes, I do lose value there sometimes, and I'm okay with that. And I mean, we're already seeing this is a little bit of a smaller draft class when it comes to like real players in it. I mean, usually you can get into the second round and there's still a decent amount of guys, and I don't really see any names that are popping out to me, and these all look like auto-generated faces. So a little bit of a weaker class from 2K. Greg's gonna be our backup center, at least competing with Matt Fish as our backup center. Speaking of, he's not up for a team option. However, we're gonna bring back all of these guys. Malik Sealy is potentially gonna get traded here in a moment. Miguel Knight and Anthony Peeler are gonna get qualifying offers extended to him. Probably gonna be signing trades for picks because I do want to start getting some picks down the road, and I don't think I have anybody just like out there in free agency. It appears I do not, but we do need to get a point guard. And Michael Adams. This is a big question mark. Do we bring back Michael Adams here We will have cap space if we release all of these guys. I think we get rid of Nigel Knight's rights. I would rather get Michael Adams, even though he's older. I think if he can come back from this torn Achilles, he's worth it. Anthony Peeler's worth getting. And then we should potentially have some cap space here in a moment. The issue with this is that if he wants legit money, we cannot give it to him. I mean, we are stuck 2 point guards that want the minimum. And so now we're looking at a Sam Vincent, which he just comes to Las Vegas every once in a while when we need a point guard. And he might still be our backup point guard. He's willing to play for the minimum for 2 years. I'm willing to bring him in. Sadly, all we can do, we might have to see Anthony Peeler walk in free agency, which didn't really play for us, but I thought we could potentially get a second for him. Sam Vincent, I would much rather have on the squad than deal with all that. And magically now we have more cap room, but still not enough to really do anything with it. Massive move here as Isaiah Thomas leaves the Clippers, goes to the Rockets. Larry Johnson stays with the Seattle Supersonics. Reggie Lewis stays with the Bucks. Ron Harper stays with the Dallas. Everybody else seems to be staying home, but Isaiah Thomas goes to the Rockets. 2-year deal, so kind of a prove-it deal at 34 years old. But, I mean, the old-timers moving to his third team in this save. No, the year we started, he was still in Detroit. Just kidding. This was his 4th team overall, 4th team in the save here. Isaiah Thomas was not a Piston for life in this. He was a little bit more of a journeyman. Rod Strickland's another guy that left the Hornets here. Drazen Pejovic leaves for San Antonio. He wants to go play with KG. And then here is a couple more for you here. Derek Coleman going to the Jazz, leaving the Nets. The Nets are terrible. The Nets cannot hold on to anybody. That team is bad. And Malik Sealy, big contract. 25 years old, worth a lot to Vancouver Grizzlies. I'm going to get a 97 first and a 98 second for the end of bench guy. I'm going to send Matt Fish for a 96 and a 97 second round pick to Vancouver as well. So kind of 2 trades in one, but Vancouver's going to be bad as their expansion team. I might actually see if Toronto's willing to give me anything. They actually want to give me a player, so I'll take Vancouver's picks. These should be early second round picks, and then it loads up our draft capital just a little bit more. In trading away 2 end of bench guys, we now control all of Vancouver's draft picks for 1997. So fingers crossed they suck for 3 years. We have seen some expansion teams become very good very fast, but those are 2 guys I don't think we're going to develop for us. Speaking of development, both Jordan and Terry Mills go down 1. Jalen Rose goes up 5 to 77, which is awesome to see. Sam Vincent, who cannot stay away from the city, he's been back here. This will be his 3rd time in Las Vegas. Goes down to 75. He is age 32. He's going to be a great backup. Hubert Davis up 1 to 74. And that's the whole roster right now. So we are going to have to pick up some guys in free agency to start the year. But I like the roster. I don't like that MJ is starting to age out a little bit. Same with Terry Mills. The Terry Mills definitely worries me. I was so low on the roster. It has signed 4 guys for me. Harvey Grant, Marvin Frazier, Todd Leachy, I believe is how you'd say that. And then Kevin Edwards. Really solid players, actually. Actually, very solid players. I'm just going to write this down in my notes real quick, then we will get into the rotation. Harvey Grant probably will get spot minutes for me at some point. However, I'm going to give these to Greg Ostertag. Gerard Eaton, new head coach here. He is a 5-star offensive coach, 4-star defensive coach. We want to run 10 here. Here's the starting lineup. Jalen Rose, Michael Jordan, Kevin Gamble, Terry Mills, Antonio Davis, LaPhonso Ellis still going to come off the bench. And I think we have a solid bench. And with the computer signings, we have some depth here. And we are set up for a future when it comes to draft capital. If we need to move on from Michael Jordan, which may unfortunately happen this season, if we are sub 500 at the trade deadline, I might try and maximize our value for him. I don't know. I think if we're near 500, I might need to eat my words there. If we're really bad, we are going to move on from him, but we look like we're going to be really good, which hopefully it stays that way. We're in the thick of the playoff race at the trade deadline. We are the 4 seed out west here. Simmed really fast for some reason, didn't even have time to go do something. Usually have time to do something else while this sims. I'm gonna look at the player stats. Wow. Okay, Jalen Rose might win most improved because this guy's come out of nowhere, and Michael Jordan is not even a 20 point per game scorer. Think about this. This was early in the 90s. He was a 35 point per game scorer. He's a 19 point per game scorer. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. We have a lot of scoring options. Is he even an all-star? He might not be an all-star. Michael Jordan might not be an all-star. He is the number 4 ranked player. Do we have anybody else that potentially could be one? Terry Mills could potentially be an all-star. I don't think we've had any other all-stars because we haven't had any bigs worth checking. Well, Michael Jordan down horrendous, at least when it comes to scoring, but the team is pretty solid. I might try and make a move. I don't know. Kevin Gamble might be a guy that I move. At 30 years old, I want to be more proactive when it comes to moving these guys. Antonio Davis is fed up, livid. Let's get rid of him. Let's see if we can package these two and get something. Wouldn't this be something? Is it Dell Curry and Dikembe Mutombo? Is that the move? That might be the move. I think that potentially is the best trade I've seen. I think that is. Charles Oakley is here. That's a really good player. But honest to God, regardless of like narratives, I think Dell Curry to Dikembe Mutombo is the best trade we have here. I'm gonna do it. These are two guys that are locked up for 2 more years. Antonio Davis is down for 2 more years. Kevin Gamble, he's gonna age out soon. Dell Curry's held his overall. We're gonna do it. We're gonna bring him back. It's done. I don't know what their jersey numbers were. I might go check an old video just to see if they get the same jersey numbers, because I don't think Dell Curry was 34. I know Mutombo was 55. Full circle moment here. As Michael Jordan, potentially, we could spin the narrative that Michael Jordan wanted his old core back, and we're gonna give it to him. Dikembe, I hope it was a good vacation in New Jersey and Milwaukee. Weird places to vacation at. Welcome back. I knew I couldn't give up on you. We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll. So in the last 2 videos, I don't think I ever showed Dell Curry's number. We're gonna assume it was 34, and so they gave their numbers back. I don't know why I'm so juiced for this. I love this team already. I think this is the team. We needed to bring back the old core to win us a championship. Let's roll, and let's get them signed extensions at the extension break. Jordan is happy with the moves we've seen. Clearly, he was upset that we moved on from his core. He's going to sign a 3-year, $22 million extension to stay in town through his 30s, which we will more than happily keep him around. Nobody else is able to sign an extension. 5 years, $35 million is what we need to pay Michael Jordan, probably for the rest of his career here. He'd be 37 when this contract is up, which more than worth the money. We have the core locked up outside of LaPhonso Ellis, and Mutombo's already hurt, but numbers are looking good from the kid. I don't know if I can call the 29-year-old the kid. Charles Barkley wins the 1996 MVP on screen, will be the true award winners. This is a user-created Charles Barkley, which is why it looks a little bit weird, but he's been a dog this whole save. I think this is actually pretty realistic. However, it does say he's 23, so I will have to go fix that at some point. I think I probably have to do that with Reggie Miller as well, make sure he's actually the correct age. Kevin Garnett wins Rookie of the Year, no surprise. He was indeed an all-star, by the way. Michael Jordan was able to be an all-star. Juwan Randle wins 6th Man of the Year. Surprised the real player didn't. Michael Jordan with the DPOY. We love to see that. And then PJ Brown wins Most Improved over Jalen Rose, probably the Sixers coach. Wins Coach of the Year. Michael Jordan still on the All-NBA first team. Still waiting to see somebody else on an All-NBA team. MJ on an All-Defensive team as well. And nobody else on any other teams. But we're a 4 seed, a strong 4 seed in my opinion. 47-35. You see that break in the conference here. We're on the top half of the conference for sure. For the standard Michael Jordan has set, this is a terrible year for him. His worst career year at age 33, 26 PER would still be leading the league, probably one of the better ones in the league. He's not the outright scoring champ for the season, but he is the only 20 point per game scorer we have on roster. Terry Mills at almost 9 rebounds a game. Jalen Rose is our leading passer with 7 assists a game. Love to see that. I love that gamble's paid off so far. Michael Jordan still is our steal champ, and Terry Mills barely beats out Mutombo as the block champ. That vacation has seemed to work out for him, as Todd Leachy is our field goal leader. 17 games played, so this is pretty legit. He's a shooter. Okay, he's a shooter. Interesting. 60% shooter. That might be a little less legit. And Sam Vincent, once he's back, he's going to be our free throw champ. Mitch Richmond is the scoring champ for the league. Chris Webber is the rebounding champ. Mark Price is the assist champ. Penny Hardaway is the steals champ over Michael Jordan. I think it's the first time in a while he's lost that. Blocks champ is Theo Ratliff, who I believe is a rookie. He is. Shaq is still the field goal champ. And Jim Jackson is the 3-point percentage champ. Mark Price is the free throw champ. Where is true shooting? I think we potentially are to the point where true shooting and efficient field goal percentage actually matters, but it looks like it's too flooded with players that didn't play a ton. I do like this. I don't like that the pitcher looks absolutely terrible, but kind of cool. Here's the full roster. I'm actually going to move my camera real quick. This is the first round matchup that we are going to see. This is both rosters. As you can see, Michael Jordan far and away statistically is the best player. I don't even see who is the best player when you look at it like this. And I don't want to say anything. I don't know how they're a 5 seed. Dennis Scott's a good player. Oak Williams is a good player. I don't see how this is a 5 seed, and now we're probably going to lose. Yeah, I mean, we're going to lose. So we're going to shorten the rotation here. I always have to eat my words here. Sam Vincent's going to start for us, and we're running 10. Again, we're going to run 8. Mike Jordan, Dell Curry are getting old, so they are getting tired through these. We tied up at 1-1. We go down 2-1, and of course now we need a Simcast. And Simcast has been our friend, at least so far, but it doesn't look like today is going to be the day here. We are mounting a little bit of comeback, but down 3, there's a chance. Not anymore. We're first on exit in year 1 underneath Coach Eaton. Go out 3-1 in the first round. Curse continues. We cannot get past the second round. The Sixers win back-to-back championships. Charles Barkley is solidifying himself. There is a world. Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley are on the same level. Crazy to think about when you consider our real world, but that is the world we live in. I think we made the right decision to trade back for some of these guys. Dell Curry is actually a higher overall than when I traded him. And Mutombo, nice little vacation for a year, and he played well in the playoffs. That gives me hope that maybe he's going to peak at like 32, but Michael Jordan for sure is getting towards the end of his prime. And Terry Mills being hurt, I did not see that because every time it seems like that I go and mess with some of like the settings, for whatever reason, it automates lineup changes, so then I don't see injuries. That would have been nice to know that we were missing our second best player the entire playoff run. And actually, it was during the playoffs he got hurt. He played a game in the playoffs. He got hurt in the last game. Okay, that's why I didn't see it. That sucks. That's next year that means that's the season. So some changes are definitely going to be made. But the big thing is we just locked up Michael Jordan long term. He is happy with what he's seen outside of the playoffs. I think we are good at least for one more year. He wants to see the new coach. He wants to see what this core, a little bit of old, a lot of new, can do. But I think we keep rolling potentially one more year and then see if we need to move on from Michael Jordan. So that's going to do it for me. Like I said, this is going to be the background you see all summer when it comes to these 2K videos. You have seen a little bit of me in my other recording spot here at home, but obviously these take a little bit longer. Believe it or not, these take longer for me to edit than the videos that have all kinds of edits, just because these are so long. This is a 48-minute video, so having the time to edit, I mean, it takes like 2-3 hours to sit down and do these, and I'm gonna be honest, I have more fun at this point in my life doing the recording for these than the editing, and I like the editing of the other videos more than the recording of those videos. It's very weird. I like the ideas of these, and I like playing the 2K. I don't like editing the 2K. So I'm gonna get this out as quickly as I can, and then you're gonna see a couple more of my now regular content, more of the essay style videos coming up. But I want to say we're in a good spot. And I'm gonna keep hope that we are. And we have 4 80 pluses on the team, so we should be good. So hope you enjoyed that. Peace.